Oh boy. Late night. And we're here. This is a quick beer review remotely.
Quickish.
With your pals, Alan and Rapid Dave. I'm Rapid Dave.
Oh, crap. I thought I was Rapid Dave. Son of a...
Still gonna... Oh, you're holding on to that joke, are you? All right.
So
what are we having tonight, Alan?
Huh?
I said, what are we having tonight?
We're having Aurora of Vitality from Roughtail Brewing Company, which we've had a ton of beers from Roughtail Brewing Company. Big fans. But this is a sour fruited gose, 7.8% alcohol by volume. It says 0 IBUs. Imperial Gose with mango, guava, pineapple, Cara, orange, and lactose. Average score of 3.93 out of 608 ratings. So that's a pretty, as far as Untapped's concerned, that's not a ton of ratings.
Yeah. It's sour. I could smell it.
Let's see what we got here. Let's give you the pour, the hard pour.
Don't go too hard. It'll foam up on you. But if you're eating tissue later, it might work.
Well, I recorded one earlier and I said I'm giving it the hard pour, and I'm not going to explain to you why. If you don't understand why, watch the podcast.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Exactly. We're going to drink this relatively fast because one, it's a sour gose or whatever Alan just said it was. And so we're going to roll to it first. But let's get a couple big gulps in it. You know what? I'm going to take some good hits off of this one. Then I have a question for you. All right.
Okay. So cheers. Mazel, good things. Here we go.
Oh boy. That is sour.
That is.
Oh gosh. So, oh god. Woo. Ah.
Not overly sour, but sour. Like,
all right. So we have in the bottom of the can 824-21. So I am assuming this beer is over a year old, and it says beer is vital because it's Aurora of Vitality. So there you go. And the can art gets a big smash for me. Let me get my face out of the way. There we go.
You got the gnome there on the front. I mean, who doesn't love gnomes? Like, let's just be honest.
Looks like a wizard.
Other than Nazis, who doesn't like gnomes?
Jesus Christ, calm down.
All right. It's just a science.
So we're going to pound this beer. We're going to be done here within the next 10, 12 minutes.
We'll be done within the hour.
So here's my question.
Ask me the question. Let's go.
My question is, we've been into craft beer for a while. I think you're the one that introduced me to this new realm of hell and weight gain that I'm a part of. My question to you is, what is the first brewery, it could be craft beer, big beer, whatever, that you ever visited?
The first brewery I ever visited was RAR. It was RAR and Sons. It's a local place, and like back then it was a place to be, right? Saturdays it was $10 to get in. You got a pint glass, you got 3 beers. It's nothing like it is now. Like we probably went like 4 years ago or something like that. Was the last time we went. We ran that 5K. That memory just popped up recently, actually. The RAR Oktoberfest. Yeah. 4 or 5 years ago, we went and did that. And they have a lot more taps. But like back in the day when you went there, you went and got your first beer, and then you went and got in line because the lines were so long because they only had so many taps that were open. So you legit just spent the whole time like kind of in line. It's gotten better throughout the years. And like I said, the last time we went, yeah, you go get your beer, you sit around, you BS around. Okay, now it's time to go get a beer. Then you go in one of the many lines that they have. They've definitely opened it up a lot more and things like that. But RAR is the first brewery that I ever went to.
I think it's the same for me. From I'm the Dallas side guy, and Javi was like, "Hey, let's go out and hang out at this brewery." I'm like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "It's awesome, man." Blah blah blah.
I was gonna ask if it was an Allen Fest, because I know I did that a few years, and you came a few of the years that I did it. Because with Allen Fest, it always started with a Saturday, right? You started Saturday mornings out at RAR. Then we usually went to like Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that, go eat some lunch, drink
What's
some more beers. Then we went to a few other bars and things like that. But it always started out at RAR because you're out there at like, I want to say it was like 10 in the morning it started or something like that. 10, 11.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it might have been one of the because it was that long ago.
That first
I haven't been
one
to
that
a
you
brewery
came
yet.
to, Javi was out at.
Yeah.
I know Javi was at that first one.
Yeah. So that makes sense. So yeah, the first time I was out there, it was at RAR, and it was I guess for your birthday or whatnot. So out there hanging out, and it was fun. Now I've been there a couple more times, obviously, since then. I was there on Halloween one year. I went out there. We were out there for the 5K, and obviously just a couple. I would say a handful of times I've been out there. I went out there recently, right? So that's my first visit as well. Going to RAR. So RAR was great. We'll talk a little bit more of that in a second. I went out there recently, and I kind of forgot how they did things. So this is
I
when
remember this. Yeah.
this is why I was skipping around breweries. I was like, hey, give me one, I gotta go. Give me one, I gotta go. Let me pick up some beer to go, whatever. And so RAR's a little bit different than that. It's not like
they don't have a tap room.
Yeah. Well, they do, but they do things differently.
But it's Saturdays only. Saturdays and Wednesdays, I think. It's only 2 days a week you can go to the brewery and drink.
Oh, okay. And so as I'm rolling through, I see a line backing up. I'm like, well, I'm not waiting in line. I'm just buying beer. You know what I mean? I just want a beer and I'm going to get the hell out of here. And so I'm like, I swing around and the guy's like, hey, how you doing? And there's like two of them. I go, yeah. Just that right there. Give me that one. And what do you want? That one too. What you get your wristlets or your whatever the hell they got there? I go, no. Oh, it's a lot better if you do. I go, well, no, that's not better. I go, because I just want one. And I don't want another goddamn glass. And they were like, well, you gotta have the and they just that's their whole thing.
They're different, right? They're one of the biggest breweries in the DFW area, right?
They got good beer. They got damn good beer.
They have some really delicious beer.
Mm-hmm.
You can go get it anywhere you buy beer here in the DFW area. Mm-hmm. And more so outside of that. I don't know how far they distribute out to, but they don't have a tap room. So they're different than like Odd Muse, Brutal, False Idol, those breweries, because they all have tap rooms. RAR and Sutton's does not have a tap room. They've never had one. They have 2 days a week where they open up the brewery for the brewery tours, and it's buy a glass, get 3 beers. It's like $10. You get a glass, 3 beers. They do a tour if you want to go see it. I've been there probably like 20 times. And I went to the tour once.
So that's my next question for you.
Okay.
So all these breweries we've been to, mm-hmm. I don't even know how many, what number we're on. I could be very well over 50. I don't know, to be honest with you.
It's a certain amount.
Yeah, I mean, because we pepper the DFW area, and I've been down to like San Antonio, Austin, Galveston, been up to Oklahoma City, I've been all over the damn place. Kentucky. And so here's my thing. How many tours have you gone on? And take another big gulp because we're almost done here. Take big gulp.
So a DFW, I'll say one. I went to the RAR one. Now, I've been to other breweries and I've been around, right? Because I know the guys like Brutal. I brewed beer. I've helped the guys brew beer there, right?
I'm talking tour.
But
I'm talking tour. How many tours you've been on? Tour. Not that you've been in the production area. How many tours you sit there and listen to someone tell you about beer?
One in DFW. Mm-hmm. And then, gosh, 6 years ago, 5 years ago. I don't remember when it was. You know what? No, it wasn't that long ago. It would have been like 4 years ago. It was shortly after the podcast started. I went to Louisiana to visit my brother. He was going through a divorce, rough time. And I went to go spend a weekend with them. And we did on Saturday, we went to 3 different breweries and did the tours at all 3.
Okay.
And it was, we went from a large brewery, we went to Abita and did the tour there. And then we went to the oldest brewery in Mississippi. I can't remember the name.
Is that
Something
the Mississippi Mud place?
No. Something Porch. The one with the pecan porter.
Oh.
Beer. Drawing a blank on the name. And they were like a mid-sized brewery that we went to. And then the last brewery we went to was another one in Mississippi. And it was a small scale thing where like
Porch Swing? It ain't Porch Swing, is it?
No. Just Google oldest brewery in Mississippi.
Lazy Magnolia.
Lazy Magnolia, that's it. Lazy Magnolia, a medium-sized brewery, a little bit of a different vibe than you did, like with with Abita. You had people that just did the tours. At Lazy Magnolia, you had guy who helped with brewing, kind of a little bit of trying to get his foot in the door type thing.
Yeah.
And then we went to another one, and I can't remember the other one in Mississippi, but it was more of a like brutal type place. And the guy we talked to was the number 2 brewer there. He's one of the guys that brewed. He wasn't the head brewer. He was training under the head brewer on a Saturday out there at the brewery. Just
Chandelier Island Brewing.
Yes, Chandelier Island. Yeah.
There you go. Look at me. I got internet.com, .net.org over here.
But yeah, so it was cool to see like the difference between the tours, between the 3 different size breweries and things like that. Like the first one at Abita, if you didn't ask them anything that they had written down or trained for, they didn't know. Like, oh, when you're brewing a beer and blah blah. Well, no, I don't know. I just do tours.
And that's
I can tell you this container holds X number of gallons. Okay, that's cool, you know. But it just shows you the difference between all the different breweries, right? The second brewery we went to, Lazy Magnolia, the dude was wearing like Crocs and stuff like that, and was cracking open a beer as he's doing it. He's like, oh yeah, no man,
I'll rock some Crocs and drink a beer. I don't understand I don't know if you're throwing shade at somebody or what you're doing right now. You get out of line, you're gonna get a fresh one.
If you work in a production area, you're not wearing Crocs. But at medium-sized brewery in Mississippi, yeah, you're wearing some Crocs. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I'm going to be comfy, damn it. All right, slam this beer. Let's get out of here. Again, we're having Aura of Vitality. This beer is Roughtail Brewing Company, one pint of ale. This is brewed in Oklahoma. I know that.
Yeah, Roughtail. We've had several Roughtail beers, and all of them are brewed in Oklahoma. Fun fact. It's sour, but it's not overly sour. Not bad, but not what I'm looking for in a beer. Right. I'm not a sour beer guy. But if you are someone who really enjoys sour beers and wants to drink sour beers, this is one for you. Let me say that.
Well, it's got a lot going on. You have an Imperial Gose with mango, pink guava, pineapple, Cara oranges, and lactose. There's a lot going on, and it is quite sour. So if that's like you're looking for something that's just kind of like it's going to blow, just knock your socks off, this beer is probably going to do it. You know, if you want a casual, just sit by, chill. This beer ain't that. It's got a lot going on. It's got a lot of flavors. It's going to shock your palate. It's going to get you, your mouth salivating and things like that. But would I drink it again? I don't know. I got another one. I'll tell you how I feel about it.
I will definitely drink another one because I have one more in the fridge. Am I going to go out and buy it? No. But again, if you're someone who there are people out there that love sour beers and really enjoy them. Mm-hmm. And hey, more power to you. If you're one of those people, go and get this beer. Because as someone who's not a huge fan of sours, I did like the beer. Like the first drink shocks you. Although I knew going into it, I was like, I told you before we went live, I go, this is a sour beer. And you're like, well, how do you know? Well, it's an Imperial Gose. Well, you've had Imperial Gose. Yes, I've had them before, and they're a little bit sour. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Yeah. This is more on the mild side of sour, but It's definitely a sour. Like if you don't like sour beers, don't drink this because you won't like it. But if you're someone who likes sour beers or want to experiment with sour beers, this is a beer for you.
Cool.
Because it's not overtly sour, right? We've had some sour beers where you drink it and your lips just pucker up and you're just like you just slammed a lemon. You just took a whole lemon and squeezed it in your mouth. And yeah, this isn't that beer, but it is sour.
Nice.
Go and get it. Try it.
Why
You
not?
may or may not thank us after. All I know is it's a beer and it's not bad.
All right.
How's that sound? As always, I'm Alan.
I'm Rapid Dave.
Talk to you guys later. Deuces.